good morning. We'll start the show in just a second. Y'all think this guy's going to be mad again today? Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, emotional distress alert for the Tennessee man today. Will this guy be mad or happy at 7:30 this evening? I don't know.
Five-star dummy.
Georgia played, woo!
College game day live from Austin, Texas today. What's going on out there? Before we start an entire day's worth of trolling and shit talking or whatever else we normally do, shout out, I know a lot of Georgia fans who made the trip out to Austin today. So I'm sure they're going to have a great time. I've been waiting a long time to make this trip. A lot of Georgia fans have. So I'm sure they're having a great time out there. Probably the biggest road trip since Notre Dame in 2017 for the Georgia fan base. Outside of postseason, I mean. Have you heard the good news? Oh, hold on. Hello? Yes, sir. Have you heard the good news? Yeah, BYU won again. Have you heard the other good news about tomorrow's Your Season is Over video? That really is good news. Been a long time coming on that.
Come on, man!
Y'all got your prize picks in for today? Y'all got to help me pick a winner. I'm on a cold streak over there. Y'all got to help me pick a winner on prize picks today. All right. How's everybody doing? Droovy, thank you, and that, and whatever else. Welcome to the Kickoff Show, Week 8 edition. How's everybody doing? We have a great slate of games today. Great slate of games today at all 3 time slots. We'll go through the entire schedule today, figure out what's coming on, when it's coming on, what channel, what time, all that kind of thing. What do we need to watch and when do we need to watch it? We'll figure all that out. Had some good games last night. Appreciate those of you who hung out last night on the live stream. We had a good time there. Florida State goes down again, losing to Duke. First time in program history that Florida State has lost to Duke, 23-16. I don't know how many different quarterbacks Florida State played. They had 3 turnovers in 3 straight plays. Duke won the game with 185 yards of offense. That's how bad Florida State is offensively. They're just an absolute disaster. 1-6, Florida State. Wow. 1-6. Just gave Mike Norvell a huge contract extension and a raise. 8-year contract, $10 million a year. Buyout, $65 million, I think. And of course, they can't afford that because they're spending all their money on frivolous lawsuits. So they're stuck with this fucking charlatan, Mike Norvell, for the foreseeable future. Enjoy your rapid decline into oblivion, Florida State, man. You deserve it. Florida State as a football program might not deserve it, but the fans do. So I hope they're fucking miserable. Oregon took care of Purdue 35-0. Game was never, it wasn't a game. It was 14-0 in the first quarter, and there was never any doubt there. The Oklahoma State BYU game was unbelievable. I don't know how many of y'all stayed up for the end of that one, but Oklahoma State took the lead late in the fourth quarter. BYU got the ball back with, a minute and a half to go. Drove down the field, scored a game-winning touchdown. A pass from the BYU. A touchdown pass from BYU. Jake Retzlaff. Yeah. So shout out to the BYU game-winning touchdown pass there. BYU remains undefeated. Oklahoma State continues to chase Florida State as the one of the most disappointing teams in the country in 2024. Dang. Big dang. And I did not have a good day yesterday on the Payloo. I hit the first baseball game. I lost the second baseball game. And then the 3 football games that I bet last night, I went 1-2. So I was 2-3 yesterday on the Payloo movement, which is not good. We got to turn that around today. And, of course, as previously mentioned, obviously, I lost my prize picks play as well yesterday. So y'all got to help me out on the prize picks thing this morning. We'll pull that up in a few minutes or something, but y'all got to give me some guaranteed winners on this prize pick today. It's so easy to do. Well, it is easy to do, but apparently it's hard to hit. Apparently it's hard to hit. At least for me it is. I've been picking too many losers over there on prize picks lately, but shout out to prize picks, though. They are sponsoring the show this morning, along with the good people over at PB Betting. So we'll get to all that. We'll get to all that in a little bit, but make sure you check out prizepicks.com. Get signed up using promo code UncleLouHere. They're going to give you some free money. You make any $5 play, and whether you win or lose, they'll give you $50. I wish they'd give me $50. I need $50 back from Prize Picks. That's what I need. But anyway, Check it out, prizepicks.com. It's available in most states, even states where you can't use like FanDuel or DraftKings, where like I live in Georgia. I can't do FanDuel and DraftKings and all that. It's still illegal here. But you can do Prize Picks here. So check them out, prizepicks.com. All you need is an email address to get signed up. Use the promo code Uncle Lou, one word, uppercase letters without any spaces, Uncle Lou. It's right there on the screen. Use the promo code Uncle Lou. Make any $5 play over there, and they're going to give you $50 for free, whether you win or lose. Help support the people that are supporting the show, and maybe they'll be good enough to support the show again next year. And PB_betting over on Twitter. It's a gambling podcast that I listen to every week. They listen to this show too. So y'all go check them out. We'll pull their page up in a second along with Prize Picks and take a look at what they got going on over there this week. But let's see who's here this morning and ready for a great day of college football. Welcome to Week 8. Like I mentioned, great games all day today. Live stream schedule. This show right here, what you're watching right now. And then 3:30 will be live on YouTube. I believe that is the Tennessee-Alabama time slot. And then the primetime games will be on Patreon. So make sure you get signed up on Patreon. It's going to be a good one today. Georgia on the road at Texas. Several good games in the primetime slot and the 3:30 slot. So 3:30 on YouTube, 7:30 on Patreon. The link to the Patreon page is in the description of the video. If you're not signed up by now, I don't know what I don't know if you've been in a coma. I don't know what you're doing. We have a great time over on the Patreon streams, and it's a great way to help support the show as well. There you go. There's a link to the Patreon page. Check it out. Get signed up. Come watch Georgia beat the shit out of Texas with me tonight at 7:30. It's going to be a great day. I almost got enough sleep last night, so it's going to be a great day today. I can feel it coming. All right, who's here? Jay Shipe, Shoot 'em 556, Jarvis S, Nick DTV, Bama Man, Dylan Mullen, Stingray, Asher Trasher, Mr. Jenkins, Jason Keller, Sports Talk 101, which is the simplest kind, by the way. Steve Ballier. I'm worldwide. There's even French people watching. Shout out to Mr. Ballier. No relation to Dave Coulier, I don't think. Curtis Maximus is here. Greg Whitlock, Ben Swaggerty. What's up, Swaggy, man? Good to see you in here. Nick DTV, Pastor Dave, Jonathan Miller, MC Carrie T, Gump Man, Joe D, Chance Tastic, Billy S, Colby Covers. What's up, buddy? Shane Yarbrough, Randy and Tracy Clowers. Both of you watching? I need to know if both of you are watching or just one. Also, which one of you cheated? Whenever I see a shared social media account, I mean, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus here. This is just me. Whenever I see a shared social media account, my immediate reaction is somebody got caught cheating online, and now you have to share social media accounts. But that's probably not the case for you, but that's just my immediate reaction on that. College football guy, Noel Squad. Darius, what's up, buddy? French name, but 100% Merkin. Merca. Yeah. 225 girl, Jarvis S, BA. Orange Visor. Florida man? I don't know. Visor makes me think Florida man, and so does the color orange. Deleted says if you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. I've heard that. I think that's true. Just Randy. Okay. Oh, no Tracy this morning. All right. What's up, Randy? Orange Visor is a Tennessee man. Tennessee man with the name Visor. Dang. You know, Kirby Smart wears a woman's golf visor. I don't know why more people don't make fun of that. It's sad that as a Georgia fan, I have to give y'all all the good trash talk stuff about Georgia. Y'all still won't call Georgia the Bull Goats, which is great trash talking. You don't talk nearly enough about the fact that Kirby wears a woman's visor, tennis visor. I don't know. It's weird. Number one fan of you. What's up, buddy? Miami plays at Louisville today, so that could be a good one. Talk about that game in a minute, I'm sure. Eric Rams, good morning, sir. Robert says, can I get a Go Dogs? Of course, Go Dogs. Big game for Georgia today. Why is LSU the Corn Dogs? Never got the backstory to that one. Didn't Katy Perry call them the Corn Dogs on college? Wasn't Katy Perry the guest on College Game Day one day and said it smelled like corn dogs or something? I don't know. I didn't make that up. Bama fans are too mad about their coach wearing a T-shirt. Which, you talking about Malachi Moore? What T-shirt was Malachi Moore wearing? Malachi Moore's the coach of Bama. He's in control. He's in charge. Biggs Mike says, pay Lou. Save me some of those Tommy fries. I'm excited for the I'm having Tommy fries today. Later this evening. Probably around the time the Georgia game comes on. So I'm excited about that. Give me some Tommy fries today. Not the belly goats, the bull goats. Yeah, the bull goats. Bama's the only team that can beat Georgia, obviously. Yeah, but, well, Bama's the only team that's beat them since 2020. FSU first team with 3 turnovers in a row. Yeah, 3 plays, 3 turnovers. Unbelievable. Florida State setting new lows for themselves on a weekly basis. First ever loss to Duke in program history yesterday. 1-6. Mike Norvell's had 3 losing seasons in 5 years. They're an absolute disgrace of a football program. I don't know why the SEC or the Big Ten doesn't want them. I can't figure it out. They're so bad. They're so bad. All right. Y'all ready to get started? Make sure you hit the thumbs up here. We're going to pull up the schedule of games. We're going to take a look at some best bets today, try to find a way to make some money betting on these college football games. We're, of course, going to talk about the food. What food are we eating today? Best games of the day. A couple of obvious ones, but a couple of not so obvious ones, too, I think. Of course, we'll have a guest speaker coming on around 10 o'clock to help us pick some of these games. And the rigged wheel, everyone's favorite rigged wheel. Everyone loves to hate it. Any Cash App, any PayPal this morning during the live show will get your name added to the rigged wheel. At the end of the show, we will spin the rigged wheel. It'll pick one of the names. Whatever name it picks, that lucky individual gets to make a pick today against the spread on any game of their choosing. If you get that game right, I will send you back twice what you sent me. All y'all are experts on college football. I see it in my comments every single Sunday when y'all comment about every single game you picked right from the day before. So why not make yourself some money and help support the show? Get your name on the rigged wheel. It has to be a Cash App or a PayPal. I can't do giveaways through the Super Chats, but not cash giveaways anyway through the Super Chat. So it does have to be PayPal or Cash App. Those links are in the description of the video, and I just posted it in the comment section there. And at the end of the show, I'll go through the Cash Apps and the PayPals. We'll add everybody's name to the rigged wheel, spin the wheel, and see if we can't give away some money. We had a winner last week on the rigged wheel. Who was it? Great question. It was Tyler M. He had LSU plus 3.5 last week. Winner. They won the game outright. Didn't even need the 3.5 points. So congratulations to Tyler. He doubled his money last week. Maybe somebody will do it again today. What a great day to be a soldier. Jay Mason, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the channel. Good to see you here this morning. Biggs Mike, thank you again for the super chat. And Jay Shipe says, meat fund for your chili. Yeah, I don't put meat in my chili. I don't care how mad that makes y'all. Don't put meat in my chili. You should be in Austin right now, Uncle Lou. I'd love to be able to go to some of the games, but, what I do for a living has a lot of advantages. Like I get to talk college football year round and get paid to do it. But it's got some disadvantages, and one of the biggest disadvantages is not being able to go to games anymore. But I'm not complaining, but that's why I don't get to go to as many games as I used to. Georgia Tech plus 15, that's a crazy bet without Haynes King, my guy. Good luck on that one. Haynes King is out today. Let's look at the schedule of games, though. Here we go. Let's get started here. All right, starting off with the noon games. Miami on the road at Louisville. Now, Miami was off last week, right? But they drove the struggle bus to 2 weeks before that to wins against not great teams. So you had the Friday night Virginia Tech game that ended with the crazy, was it a catch? Was it an interception? Was it an incomplete pass that then got overturned and Miami wins the game? And then you had the game at Cal the week after that, which Miami was down big and had the massive comeback to win late in that game. So Miami remains undefeated. They're currently ranked 6th. They're on the road at Louisville, and Miami's about a 5.5-point road favorite in that one. The over-under's at 60.5 points. So they're expecting some kind of score around 33-27, Miami in that one. Virginia on the road at Clemson. Clemson's been steamrolling everybody they played since that humiliating week 1 loss to Georgia, where Georgia beat the soul and absolute will to live out of them, 34-3, a 31-point loss for the Taters in week 1. They've been on an absolute roll since then, which is great. The knock on Clemson since then has been a very familiar one.
Who have Georgia played? Woo!
They ain't played nobody, woo. All right, I get it. But look what they've done to the list of nobodies that they've played. App State 66-20, NC State 59-35, Stanford 40-14, Florida State this was probably their worst game. Florida State 29-13, well, besides the Georgia game, and Wake Forest 49-14. Today they play Virginia. Virginia a little better than expected this year, 4-2, 2-1 in conference, but Clemson, as you might expect, is a massive favorite in this game. Clemson at home, a 20-point favorite over the Cavs. Clemson's ranked 10th right now. Nebraska on the road at Indiana. Indiana's undefeated, but for how long? They're a 6.5-point home favorite today against Nebraska. Spoiler alert, I like Nebraska in this one, plus the 6.5. Buy it up to 7 if it makes you feel better, which I might do too. But I think Nebraska could go in there and get the win today. Indiana's undefeated, 6-0, ranked 16th in the country. What's their best win? Maryland? Northwestern? I mean, again, it's, I know who have they played? Well, I don't know, but look at the scores of these games. 31-7, 77-3, 42-13, 52-14, 42-28. 41-24. Now, they are starting to give up some points the last couple of weeks, 28-24. We'll see what they can do today against Dillon, Raiola, and Nebraska. But they're about a 6.5-point home favorite, Indiana is, and they're undefeated. That should be a really good game. That might be the best noon game, actually. Miami-Louisville might be good. I think Clemson's going to blow out Virginia. This is going to be a good one. Auburn on the road at Missouri is another. This is a strange line to me. Missouri's only a 4-point favorite. Now, I know they lost 2 weeks ago to Texas A&M. That was on the road. They've had a week off now. Missouri's coming off of a bye week. Auburn's got one of the worst offenses in the SEC, not named Oklahoma. Might be worse than Oklahoma's. I don't know. Anyway, point is it's bad. And Missouri's only a 4-point home favorite here. That seems like a trap. It seems like Vegas is begging you to take Missouri there at only the -4. What do y'all think about that? Any chance Auburn goes in there and gets a win? I mean, I don't see it. Am I missing something? Army looks to stay undefeated at home against East Carolina. Right now, my opinion, Army and Navy are just a good story. But they're both going to get a crack at Notre Dame, and that's when they could potentially move from being a good story to being a serious playoff contending team. We'll see. Wisconsin on the road at Northwestern. I actually like Wisconsin big in this one. They're an 8-point road favorite. I think they might win by a couple of touchdowns. UCLA on the road at Rutgers. Rutgers favored by 4. Arizona State at Cincinnati. Cincinnati a 5.5-point home favorite. I don't know about that either. And then 12:45, so a little bit of a later start than the other earlier games. This one at 12:45. South Carolina at Oklahoma. Now, this is going to be a good game, I think. These are two pretty good defenses here. Both teams may struggle to make a bowl game overall. Their offenses are pretty bad, but I don't know. South Carolina could win this game, couldn't they? I think I was asked about this game last night, and I said I'm leaning Oklahoma, but I don't know. I might take South Carolina in this one. I haven't made a pick on this game or a bet on this game. First of all, I only have one bet so far on today's games. I'll tell you what it is when we get to it. But in terms of bets I've actually made so far, I only have one bet out right now, and I'll tell you what that is when we get to it. But what about, look at this over-under, 41.5. That's extremely low for college football. And there's a 1 point, South Carolina's a 1 point favorite. So this is telling you basically they expect the score to be something like 21-20. South Carolina. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Moving into the afternoon games, again, I'll be live on YouTube this afternoon, right here on this channel at 3:30 for all of these games that we're about to go over here at 3:30. Scrolling across the bottom there, but 3:30 I'll be on YouTube. Strict no trolling policy, of course. So Drew V, thank you in advance for that. Of course, this is a non-trolling channel. 7:30 tonight I'll be on Patreon for the primetime game, so that's the streaming schedule. So all these games right here we'll be watching together at 3:30 here on YouTube, though. Alabama on the road at Tennessee. Alabama, a 3-point road favorite. Both of these teams had wins early in the season that looked pretty good. Alabama beat Georgia at home. Tennessee beat Oklahoma on the road. Now, Oklahoma's kind of fallen apart since that game. They benched Jackson Arnold. They're playing the other guy. Their offense has been abysmal. They've got like half their team is in the nursing home with some sort of injury or another. They're just not built for the SEC is what it is, Oklahoma. But so they're down bad now. And then Tennessee, of course, right after that win at Oklahoma, took a loss on the road at Arkansas. Alabama, right after their win against Georgia, took a loss on the road at Vandy. Then both teams struggled again last week, especially offensively. It's made this game strange to me. The over-under is 49.5. If you remember the last time these two teams played in Neyland, they scored almost 100 points. In fact, they did score 100. Wasn't it 52-49? Anyway, they scored about 100 points the last time these two teams played in Neyland. The over-under today is only at 57.5, and I think it might go under that. I do like Tennessee's defense, especially the front seven, and if they can get after Milroe, then I think that's going to limit Alabama's ability to score. They got to get after him quick, though, because if Alabama starts hitting those deep shots, and I think Tennessee's going to – I think that's going to be the plan for both teams. I don't really trust right now either one of those offenses to have like a bunch of 8, 9, 10, 11 play sustained drives against the other defense. Do you think Alabama's going to have a bunch of 12 and 13 play drives against this Tennessee defense? Do you think Tennessee, with what we've seen from them offensively and Nico's struggles over the last few weeks, do you think they're going to have a bunch of 10, 11, 12, 13 play drives? I don't. I think you're going to see a lot of deep shots in this game from both offenses. So which one can hit more? I don't think it's going to be a 50-50 deal like 2 years ago. I think you'll see a lot of deep shots, but neither of these two offenses are as good as they were 2 years ago, I don't think. And Tennessee's defense in particular is a lot better than it was 2 years ago. It's hard to pick against Tennessee in this spot at home, given Alabama's struggles. But I went back and forth on this game. This is no shade at Tennessee here. You got to make a pick one way or the other. If I pick Tennessee, it doesn't mean I'm just hating Bama. If I pick Bama, it don't mean I'm just hating Tennessee. I went back and forth on this game. I don't trust either offense right now. So I'm going with what I think is just the more talented team. Now, I could have just as easily just went with the home team and chose Tennessee, but I don't know. I have a feeling Milroe slightly outplays Nico today. I could be wrong. I haven't bet on this game, and I probably won't because I just don't have a strong enough feeling. Actually, if I were to make a bet on this game, I would probably take under the 57.5. But I haven't made a bet on it yet. But this is going to be a great game. The loser of this game, back against the wall. Back against the wall, whoever loses this game. They each have one loss right now. Let's start with Tennessee. And I'm not even talking about winning the SEC at this point. I'm just talking about making the playoffs. But you look at Tennessee, they've got the one loss. Let's say they lose today. That would be their second loss. Well, they have to play Kentucky. They have to play Mississippi State. They have to play at Georgia. And they have to play at Vandy. Could Tennessee beat any of those teams individually on a random day? Yes. If they catch a second loss to Alabama today, are they likely to beat every one of these teams? No. Not likely. Could happen, but pretty much every one of these games is going to become a playoff elimination game for Tennessee. A lot of pressure for the last 5 weeks of the season if they lose today to Alabama. Similar story for Alabama today if they lose. It would be their second loss. And they've got one of the worst losses of any team in the top 10 already at Vandy. If they lose today, that's their second loss. And look at their remaining schedule, I think, is even tougher. Home against Missouri, at LSU, at Oklahoma, home against Auburn. Now, I think Tennessee's got the tougher game at Georgia. I think it's tougher than any game Alabama has left. But as a whole, I think this schedule is a little bit tougher even than Tennessee's. Point is, whoever loses this game, if I had to bet $1 on whether or not the loser of the Tennessee-Alabama game is then going to win the rest of their games, I would bet no, that they're not then going to win the rest of their games. So this is a huge game today between Tennessee and Bama. A huge game today between Tennessee and Bama. That one's at 3:30. And, of course, we'll be here live on LouTube for you. Point and laugh special there. It's a win-win situation for Uncle Lou and everybody that watches the Your Season Is Over video tomorrow, because it doesn't matter who wins or loses that game. It's going to be funny either way. Boy, that's good. That's really good there. All right, moving right along at a snail's pace per normal. Notre Dame on the road at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech was about a 9 or a 10-point underdog, I believe. And then, of course, it was announced that Haynes King is out this week, Georgia Tech's quarterback and arguably their best player. And the line has now moved to Notre Dame minus 14. I don't think you can bet Georgia Tech here without Haynes King. So you have to decide if you think Notre Dame can comfortably cover that 14. And if you do, you take Notre Dame. But I think you'd have to be out of your mind to bet Georgia Tech without Haynes King. He's their best player. He's their whole offense, basically. Georgia Tech, again, with this fetish of playing at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Georgia Tech is broke. They don't have any money. So they're selling home games. This is what they're doing. They're selling home games to Mercedes-Benz Stadium right down the street for $10 million a pop. They did the same thing for the Georgia Tech game next year. The Georgia Tech game is home and home. A lot of people have asked me about this week. The Georgia Tech game has not changed. It's still a home and home series. So, this year the game's in Athens. It'll be played in Athens. It's Georgia's home game. It'll be played in Athens at Sanford Stadium. Next year, it's Georgia Tech's home game. It's supposed to be played at Bobby Dodd in Atlanta. They have sold that home game, Georgia Tech has, to Mercedes-Benz Stadium for $10 million. So the Georgia Tech game next year, instead of being at Bobby Dodd, will be in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The following year, be back in Athens again. So it's nothing Georgia has done. This isn't Georgia scheduling another neutral site game, which some people have tried to suggest this week. This has nothing to do with Georgia. Georgia Tech is broke, and they're selling home games for $10 million apiece. Michigan on the road at Illinois. I think this will be a good game, too. I actually like Michigan here. I don't know if it's just a gut feeling or what it is. I don't completely trust Illinois. I do like Brett Bielema. And look, he's got Illinois in a position right now that's way better than what they were in before he got there. There's no doubt about it. No question about it. I just think, well, I just have a gut feeling Michigan goes in there and beats Illinois today. But that one's at 3:30 on CBS. Charlotte at Navy. Navy a 16-point favorite there. Should remain undefeated. We'll see. NC State at Cal. Boy, I don't know who's watching that thing, but Cal's a 10-point favorite there. Two bad teams. Cal's so bad they lost to Florida State. Damn. Boy, they ought to just burn that place to the ground. If you lose to Florida State this year, they ought to just burn you down. That should be it. It should be automatic, like death penalty, like from SMU back in the 80s. If you can't beat Florida State this year, you've got no business even fielding a team. Holy shit. Houston at Kansas. Kansas also on the list of disappointing teams this year. Hawaii at Washington State. What else we got here? That's about it for the 3:30 games. Rice at Tulane. Southern Cal at Maryland at 4. Southern Cal looks to rebound after a close loss at home last week to Penn State. Boy, I don't know. Can Southern Cal win this one? I honestly don't know. Colorado on the road at Arizona. Arizona's favored by 2. I don't know about this one either. I know there's some question about Travis Hunter, but apparently he's going to play. Deion doesn't care about his future. Just cares about getting a win on the road against Arizona. 2 good quarterbacks, 2 really good receivers, especially if Travis Hunter can play. But Arizona's got Fafita and McMillan, the quarterback, wide receiver combo. Colorado, of course, Shedeur Sanders and those wide receivers over there. Probably be a high-scoring game, would be my guess. The over-under is at 57.5. Arizona's favored by 2 at home. Baylor at Texas Tech. Is this Dave Aranda's last game? I don't know. The countdown is on, though. Baylor, massive disappointment, as is Dave Aranda. I might have been wrong about Dave Aranda. I thought Dave Aranda would be a good head coach. So far, that's not proven to be the case. Texas A&M on the road at Mississippi State. Texas A&M favored by 19.5. That's a lot of points. I'd probably take Mississippi State to cover there. I don't know. I won't bet the game. I'm not betting that game, but my pick would be Texas A&M to win, Mississippi State to cover. LSU on the road at Arkansas. A lot of questions about this game this week. I'm going to be honest. I don't know why. I don't think Arkansas is very good. I don't. They beat Tennessee. Whoopity fucking. That's like people hyping up Vandy. Vandy's a good story. Not a great team. They just happen to beat Alabama. Arkansas happened to beat Tennessee. Did we forget about the Arkansas-Oklahoma State game? That's the same team, same coaching staff. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. I know it's a home game, battle of the boot. Oh, by the way, ask 100 people who Arkansas's rival is. Tell me how many say LSU. Less than 5. Arkansas's got no rival. They're like Missouri in that respect. Anyway, I think LSU goes in there and wins easy. I'm going to have to be proven wrong, but I'm betting this one. I like LSU minus 2.5. A lot of people are pointing to this game as one of the best games of the week, closest games of the week, LSU on upset alert, and of course that could happen. Anything could happen. I've seen all kinds of weird shit in college football over the years. But if I'm wrong on this one, I'm just going to be wrong, and it's just going to cost me $50. But I'm taking LSU in that one. Ball State at Vandy. Vandy, a 27-point home favorite, should win there easily. Georgia at Texas. Texas, 5-point favorite. This line is basically doubled this week. If you don't pay attention to gambling, you might not realize how big of a deal that is. But a 2 or a 3-point line move over the course of a week is a lot. Now, you saw a move like that in the Georgia Tech game, but that's because their starting quarterback was announced not going to play for Georgia Tech. You don't have that here. This is just people saw this line at 2.5 or 3 for Texas and went, that ain't enough. And they all started betting on Texas, and it drove the line all the way up to 5. I'm still betting Texas in the first half of this game. So I'm going to take Texas minus 3 or whatever it is in the first half. I haven't bet that yet. I don't even know if the first half line is out yet. Let's look and see. They don't put the first half lines out usually, or until later in the week or the day of the game. But let's see if the first half line is out for Georgia, Texas. Let's look. Football, NCAA. And I already made a bet on this game too. I'll tell you what that bet is in a minute. I have not bet the first half yet, but let's see if it'll let me bet it now. Yes, so you can bet just the first half of this game, Texas minus 3. I'm doing that right now. There we go. All right, so I have Texas minus 3 in the first half. I just now bet that. The bet that I already made on this game, where is it? I have Texas and Georgia over 57.5. Georgia, Texas over 57.5. I've already bet that. And now I just added Texas -3 in the first half. And if you watched my preview and prediction video of the Georgia-Texas game, then you know why I'm taking Texas in the first half. Georgia's a garbage can in the first half. That's why. Even when Georgia plays good, it's not in the first half. It's in the second half. So what I'm hoping is that Georgia doesn't get so far behind in the first half like they did against Bama that they just can't dig themselves out of the hole. I fully expect Georgia to fall behind in the first half of the game. So unless Georgia's down 3 or 4 touchdowns at halftime, I'm probably not going to be that upset if Georgia's losing at halftime. But if they're getting blown out at halftime, that's more than I can bear. I can't take that again. You can't come out. This is Georgia's second big game of the year, okay? Kirby can try to hype up the Mississippi State game and the Auburn game and all that all he wants. No one fucking cares. This is Georgia's second, well, the Clemson game, I guess, was a big game. But as far as conference games go, were like the 4 games that people talked about with Georgia all offseason. It was Bama, Texas, Ole Miss, Tennessee. This is the second of those 4. The first one, they didn't even show up in the first half. Actually, they didn't show up in the first half against Clemson either, now that I think about it, offensively. If Georgia plays the first half against Texas like they played the first half against Bama, in other words, multiple turnovers, can't stop anything defensively, and can't get a first down on offense, then I will lose my mind. I will absolutely lose my mind. If Georgia's down 17-14 at halftime, even 17-10, 21-13, something like that, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I may have some issues or some problems with certain things that happened in the first half, but overall, I expect Georgia to be losing at halftime and then win the game. And they better not let me down. What? The cat's looking at me like I owe her money. I don't owe you. What? UCF at Iowa State. Does that say 9 next to Iowa State? Let me ask, is it honest question? And look, why would anybody hate Iowa State? Nobody hates Iowa State. Type 1 in the comment section if you think Iowa State is the 9th best team in the country. Anybody? Come on, man. Come on, man. What we doing? What we doing with these rankings? Iowa State's a 13-point home favorite over a bad Central Florida team. Kansas State at West Virginia. Man, Neil Brown. Dang. West Virginia fans got Mike Norvell. You had one fluke season last year, gave that dummy a raise. Didn't West Virginia give that dummy a raise last year? Holy shit. I like Kansas State in that one. It's a road game, and Kansas State does have that Kansas State does have that blowout loss on the road at BYU, which is concerning. But outside of that, they've looked pretty good. And I don't trust West Virginia. Kansas State should win this one. And they need to win this one, too. Kansas State, Iowa State, BYU. Who's winning the Big 12 out of those 3? I think Kansas State is the best team. But they got blown out by BYU. And Iowa State doesn't have any losses either. So I don't know what's going to happen with all that, but I still like Kansas State. Iowa on the road at Michigan State. Iowa's a 6-point favorite, over under 39.5. Do we need to start betting the over on Iowa games? Has the thing where you can just blindly bet under on Iowa, is that over with now? Didn't Iowa, the over under is 39.5. Didn't Iowa score 40 by themselves last week? Might be time to start betting the over on Iowa. Don't know. Or really care either. Kentucky on the road at Florida. I don't understand this. Kentucky should win this game by 10 points. I don't know if Florida is getting some kind of a bump here for their moral victory last week against Tennessee. Is that what's going on here? Why is Kentucky only 1.5 point favorite? Mertz is out. What's up with Montrell Johnson? Is there a Florida man in the comments? If you tell me right now Montrell Johnson's out, then I'm putting a king's ransom on Kentucky. I know Mertz is out for the rest of the year. Johnson is still out. I don't know. What is going on here? What is going on? I'm putting a king's ransom on Kentucky. I don't know. Who the fuck is betting Florida to keep this line at 1.5 against Kentucky? Are they going to be able to score Florida? The over-under is really low. They're expecting this game to be like a 21-20 type of thing. I like Kentucky to win by a touchdown. No Graham Mertz, no Montrell Johnson. Did you watch the Tennessee game? That's all they have. The minute Graham Mertz and Montrell Johnson left that game, Florida couldn't get a fucking first down. Lagway doesn't know what he's doing. Lagway is dollar store Nico. And Nico's not any good either, but I'm just saying Lagway is a cathead version of that. SMU at Stanford. Give me SMU. Big, huge, bigly in that. And, of course, just like I do every week, I will be betting my second favorite team, UNLV. Let's go. Let's go, UNLV. On the road at Oregon State. TCU at Utah. Utah is favored by 3.5. Nobody gives a fuck about Utah. Cam Rising, this motherfucker. He'll be back next year. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Cam Rising's got another year of eligibility. Cam Rising's out the rest of the year. They already said it. And he's got another year of eligibility. This guy with the never-ending eligibility in that. This guy's like the Tom Brady of college football. This won't go away. What if Cam Rising transfers? Hey, Mike Norvell, are you listening? Hey, Mike Norvell. Cam Rising to Tallahassee next year. You can turn it around, my dude. Fuck is happening here? Cam Rising to Florida State is really picking up steam for next year. Cowpoke Ranch, what's up, buddy? Thank you for hitting the super chat this morning. He says, what a joke last night was. Can't do this shit no more. What a damn joke. I feel bad for Oklahoma State fans. They've had a bad year, and that's probably the best game. Well, first of all, that's the best Ollie Gordon has looked all year, period. There ain't no question about it. He was back with the hurdling people and the jumping over people and running around people. Did you see the play where they grabbed the back of his jersey and he dragged the guy down the field? His jersey was stretched about 8 yards backwards. Like that's the Ollie Gordon we were supposed to be seeing all year. Where's that guy been? He showed up last night. But your defense, and I've been talking about the Oklahoma State defense since week -10, and it let you down. It let you down again. Ollie Gordon finally showed up, and the defense let you down again. BYU, game-winning touchdown pass at the end. You literally lost to the BYU. Yeah, Oklahoma State, one of the most disappointing teams. It was a great game. Not if you're an Oklahoma State fan, but I just mean if you're just a college football fan and you were watching that game, it was a great game with a great ending. But that's heartbreaking for the Oklahoma State, man, because I feel like Oklahoma State's been waiting on a performance like that all year. And then they finally get it when they need it the most against a really good BYU team. and it's still not enough. That's got to be disappointing. Neil Brown isn't concerned about wins and losses. As long as everyone has fun and the atmosphere is good, as he stated in his interview this week. That's fact, Wilkie, and that's terrible. That's bad. Well, as long as the fans are having fun at the tailgate, I don't really think it matters if we win or lose. What in your fucking retarded, doo-doo Brown? Theory confirmed. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Now, apparently, you don't even know what you're talking about either. Yeah, that's a bad look. When you can't win a game and your coach comes out and goes, well, yeah, but the tailgates are fun, I'm sure, for the fans, I would assume. So, hey, not good, my guy. Not good. Not a good look for Doo-Doo Brown, I don't think, there. And didn't they give him a ridiculous fucking extension because he had one halfway decent year last year after four? I don't know. When are teams going to learn? Florida State did it with Mike Norvell had a losing season, average season, and then won the ACC. Oh, lock it. 8 years, $10 million a year. Lock him down. $70 million buyout. He had one good year. Lock him up. Now the motherfucker can't win a goddamn game. He's roaming the sideline like a lost homeless person. Do you see the look on Norvell's face when they show him on the sideline? Like he doesn't even want to be there. He wants to get fired. He just give me the buyout. He might well hold up a sign. Just give me my buyout. I bet you he'd quit for half the buyout. I bet you if Florida State went to Mike Norvell and said, look, if we fire you, we owe you $65 million. How about we make a deal? You quit, we'll just give you $30 million. Would you take it? I bet you Mike Norvell would be out of Tallahassee so quick, he'd be on the first thing smoking. They can't fire him. They can't afford it. They've wasted all their money on these silly ass lawsuits that they're losing. They're losing that too. Not only they can't win a football game, and they're getting laughed out of court. And they're still in the ACC. Holy fuck. What were we talking about? Oh, Neil Brown. Cowpoke, thank you again, buddy. He says, that's the Ollie Gordon that will most likely transfer to the SEC next year, and frankly, I can't blame him. Rumors already circulating around that he's looking at LSU and South Carolina, but who knows? What is he, a sophomore? I thought this was his third year. I figured he'd be gone after this year, but no, if he's got another year of eligibility, yeah, he may transfer. Come on down to Georgia, would you? That'd be just fine, too, if you wanted to do that. Just come right on down to Georgia. Absolute shame. Go Army, road to the playoff continues, says Retro KG. Yeah, Army and Navy right now, I was talking earlier, Army and Navy right now, good stories. That's about it. Beat Notre Dame. Then we'll start talking playoffs for Army. And look, everybody in the country that's not a Notre Dame fan will be rooting for Army to beat Notre Dame. So I hope you do it. But I think that's when people will start taking it more seriously. Wotod99 says, hopefully we can beat the Hill Jacks. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a close game. Florida State suing Sesame Street and the color blue. I mean, you're probably trolling, but the fact that I even have to think about, is that true? It just tells you how silly this shit is at Florida State, because literally when it comes to suing, literally anything could be true with Florida State. I'm late. I spent an hour and a half prepping the steak that I'm cooking today. Yeah, that seems like if you Google like the expression that kids use, "you're doing too much," that's what comes up. What does the expression "doing too much" mean? Guy spends an hour and a half seasoning a steak. Good morning, Lou, from Southeast Georgia, and go Dogs. Man. Oh, Southeast Georgia. Okay, that's all right. I was thinking Southwest Georgia is a disaster. Hour and a half prepping a steak. Yeah, I don't know about that. That seems like you have to have a lot of free time on your hands to spend an hour and a half seasoning a steak. And I love steak. Takes me about not even 5 minutes. It takes me about 2 minutes to season a steak. I'm sure the steak was really good, though, if it's any consolation. FSU is suing the devil and the Duke of York. The Duke of York. They should sue the Earl of Sandwich, too, just because why not? Stevie J says Alabama filed a federal lawsuit for assault and battery against Vanderbilt. Whoa, Todd. All right. It's 9:50. We need to talk. Let's see. We looked at all the games. I told you what bets I've made. I am going to make more bets today. In fact, let's do that now. Who's not on Prize Picks yet? What are y'all waiting on? Head on over to prizepicks.com. Here you go. They've got a great deal for you right now. Get signed up. All you need is an email address and a promo code. For the promo code, make sure you enter Uncle Lou. One word, uppercase letters without any spaces, Uncle Lou. Get signed up. Use that promo code. Make any $5 play. And whether you win or lose, they're going to give you $50. It's that simple. And it's a great way to help support the channel. Hopefully, if enough of y'all sign up, they'll work with me again next season. That's the goal. So it adds some excitement to watching these games, too. If you don't know what Prize Picks is, you're not picking the winner or the loser of a game. You're just picking more or less on individual player stats. So it's more like daily fantasy football than it is betting on the winner or the loser of a game. So you click college football here. It's got a search bar. You can type in any team name, any player name, whatever you want. We'll just scroll through the ones that come up here. Mildew, more than 1.5 passing touchdowns today. Surely the Alabama fans are banking on more. When it comes to Jalen Milroe, though, let's just Jalen Milroe. All right. Rushing touchdown. Yes. Mildew will get a rushing touchdown. I'm going to say yes on that. All right. So that's Mildew. Now, this one I'm going to admit is a homer pick. I'm under the impression that if Georgia wins today, they're going to have to score a lot of points. And if Georgia scores a lot of points, it's probably going to be the passing game. Carson Beck. Here's another thing about Prize Picks, too. You see these little arrows right here? On any of these picks that have these little arrows, you can change this number. So if I click that, see 224. So I'm going to say Carson Beck, more than 224.5 passing yards. Carson Beck, more than 224.5 passing yards. And I'm going to tell you another one that I like. Nussmeier. 305 passing yards. That's a lot. 274. 349? Shit. Let's go Nussmeier. Damn, I don't know. That's a lot. I wanted to take Nussmeier, but that's a lot. I was hoping to get it closer to, over 250. Nussmeier over 274. Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot. What about our buddy Shador? I think this could be a high-scoring game. Shador Sanders. Over 320? No. Here you go. Shador Sanders over 249.5 passing yards. Let's go with that. All right. So I've got Mildew more than half a rushing touchdown. In other words, does he score a rushing touchdown? Carson Beck, more than 224.5 passing yards. Shador Sanders, more than 249.5 passing yards. And I'm going to get greedy today. 50 to win 90. What? Stop it. Oh, it's because I lowered all these numbers. Man, the payout should be a lot higher than that. You know what? I don't care. $50. 50 to win 90. Submit lineup. Successfully submitted your lineup. All right, that's my prize picks. How dumb am I? How dumb am I? How dumb am I? Check out prizepicks.com. Use the promo code Uncle Lou. It makes watching these games more exciting, and you might win yourself some money. Yeah, 50 to win 90 because I lowered all the stats. I lowered all the stats, so it lowered the payout, but you have a better chance to win, obviously. But check them out, prizepicks.com. Help support the show by supporting the people that are supporting the show. prizepicks.com, promo code Uncle Lou. You will be glad you did. Now, obviously taking my advice on betting is a terrible fucking idea. I don't know what I'm doing. That should be painfully obvious to all of you by now. But paying attention to these people probably is a good idea. PB_betting over on Twitter. They got a YouTube channel. They do a podcast. It's a gambling show. And unlike me, these people do know what they're doing. And the reason there's a lot of reasons I like this. I like their show, but they tell you every single week exactly what they did last week. So like they had a losing week last week, 11-13-2. A lot of these people that do these gambling shows or podcasts or whatever, every time they win a bet or they get a game right, they're quick to come on and tell you. But they don't want to tell you about the losses. And look, I've been gambling on sports since I was 8 years old. It's extremely difficult to win money betting on sports. So I'm not telling you to listen to these people and tail every single bet they make. But they provide a lot of valuable information about these games on their podcast every week. It's always a little over an hour long. They go in detail and in depth about the games that they're picking, why they're picking them, trends on certain teams or certain games, and they're very knowledgeable. They're very knowledgeable. Check them out, PB_betting over on Twitter. I don't tail all their bets, but I listen to their show every week, and it kind of it informs my bets. How about that? I used to be a Blinto. Droovy, thank you, woo. Thank you, they. And Droovy, thank you as well. And yeah, that I used to be a Blinto. There's no question about it. Droovy, thank you for the super chat and supporting the show today. That's great. Alabama filed a federal lawsuit for assault and battery against Vandy. Dang. It's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. All right, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to have the guest picker come on, all right? And I'm going to let him pick my noon game bet for me because I'm mentally retarded and I'm allergic to money. So here we go. The guest picker, you know who you is. Copy that. Here's the link. This is for today's guest picker. Click the link. It's a StreamYard link. And I'm going to let you pick which noon game I bet on today because I hate myself. I hate money. whatever. Rigged wheel, running out of time. If you want to get your name on the rigged wheel, we're going to do that in about 10 minutes probably. We're going to have the guest picker come on. We're going to pick some of the biggest games of the day today against the spread. And then I'm going to start adding names to the rigged wheel. So if you want to get on the rigged wheel this morning, you're running out of time. Any Cash App, any PayPal, get your name on the rigged wheel. We'll spin the wheel, whatever name the wheel picks. You get to make a pick today, any game you want against the spread. If you get your pick right, I'll send you back twice your money. If you get the pick wrong, I'll just send you back whatever you sent me. So either way, you get your money back, and you have a chance to double your money. Let's see. What the hell? What are you doing? What are you... Oh, my God. What in the world? Hold on. I got to figure out how to take your name off. Unless you can figure it out. You got to unmute yourself, too.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, this is Uncle Lou's brother here. But like a 5-star dummy, he put his government name up on the screen. I would show you Uncle Lou's brother, but, well, hold on. I might could do it this way. Hold on. No, I can't do that. The trolls are undefeated, my guy. And you messed up by putting your name there. And I don't know how to take it off. I bet there's a way I can take it off, but I just don't know what the hell I'm doing. What am I doing?
I wasn't even sure what I was doing, obviously.
Well, then you should start a YouTube channel. Because I don't know what I'm doing either. All right, we'll let you. You want to be the guest picker today, too? All right, we have 2 guest pickers today.
Two guest pickers.
Yeah, Asher Trasher, what's up, buddy? This is Uncle Lou's brother here.
Morning, Uncle Lou and other Lou's brother.
Yeah, well, his name's Brad. You call him
Uncle Brad.
Yeah, Uncle Brad. All right, do you want to admit who you're a fan of, Brad?
I'm an Auburn fan.
Big day. Big day. Where's your overalls and your straw hat? Holy shit.
I'm working, brother. I'm working.
Oh, my God.
Oh, brother.
Wow. Okay. Auburn. Holy hell. Okay. Y'all are down bad. Got no quarterback. No, what a shame that is. Remember when Hugh Freeze facilitated that underage that prostitution to underage recruits, and now he's the coach at Auburn?
Yeah.
All right.
We make exceptions.
Well, it's no big deal. It's just underage child sex trafficking. It's no big deal. According to Auburn, man. All right, we're going to make a pick on some of the biggest games of the day. Even though Auburn is not anywhere close to one of the biggest games of the day, we'll throw that one in anyway because why not? All right, here we go. We're going to start with some of the early games. Miami on the road at Louisville. Miami undefeated. Louisville a little disappointing after making the ACC championship game last year. Miami's a 5.5-point road favorite coming off of a bye week after driving the struggle bus against Virginia Tech and Cal in the 2 weeks prior to that. Let's start with Asher Trasher. What do you have here? Miami at Louisville. Miami is a 5.5-point road favorite.
I'm going to take Miami. You know, they struggled on the road against Cal a couple of weeks ago, and thank God that they came back for them at least. Cam Ward is a magnificent quarterback. Give me Miami to win.
All right, Brad, what say you? Miami on the road at Louisville, ACC, but still some people will watch it.
Miami, big.
Yeah, I like Cam Ward. I don't know why. I feel like Cam Ward's not getting enough credit from some people. I don't know why they hate him so much. Cam Ward's had an unbelievable year. Right now, he's a Heisman finalist. Doesn't matter how mad it makes you. Not saying he would win it. Ashton Genty's unbelievable. But Cam Ward right now is a Heisman finalist. I like Miami to win by a touchdown. All right, Nebraska on the road at Indiana. Another undefeated team here in Indiana. Hosting Nebraska, which I believe just has 1 loss, if I'm not mistaken. Dylan Raiola, freshman quarterback, getting a little better week to week. This will be Indiana's toughest test of the season. Indiana head coach Signetti is a complete badass, and I'm not sure if I love him or hate him, yet to be determined. But he did an interview the other day, and they said, how do you recruit? You know, it's your first year in the Power 5. You're at Indiana. They're not a recruiting powerhouse. Typically, they don't recruit very well. How do you convince kids to come play for you at Indiana? And he said, I tell them to Google me. I win. And I do like that. But Nebraska on the road at Indiana. Indiana's a 6.5-point home favorite. Brad, you're up first this time. Did Brad change his mind?
He's muted.
He muted himself again. You're muted again. There you go.
Sorry, I like Nebraska with the points.
Yeah, sprinkle some on the money line or no?
No.
Am I lying when I tell these dummies that I've been gambling on my granddaddy's knee since I was 8 years old?
That is 100% accurate. With
Yes.
Paper parlay cards.
Paper parlay cards before the internet was even invented. Remember when Granddaddy used to bet on basketball games that had already been played?
I don't recall that.
Yeah. So what it was is they would play a game on the East Coast.
Oh, all right.
But people on the West Coast wouldn't know the outcome of the game until the next morning when they woke up and read it in the newspaper. So Granddaddy would bet games with bookies on the West Coast that had already been played, like an East Coast game. The game would be over, but the people on the West Coast wouldn't know it. Granddaddy was betting on games that had already been played, had a pretty high win rate too. One of these days, we'll tell him the New Orleans Mafia story about being blindfolded when he got off the plane with the Sugar Bowl tickets and that. But that's a different story for a different day. But Asher, what say you? Brad says Nebraska plus the points.
Give me Indiana. Kurt Signetti has had a winning record on all teams from Elon to IUP to James Madison. I think that they can be a real strong contender to at least be in the upper tier, like top 5 Big Ten teams. Give me Indiana to win.
I agree with everything you said. I also agree that being 6-1 still puts you in the upper tier of Big Ten teams. I like Nebraska today. All right, moving right along at a snail's pace. Alabama on the road at Tennessee. Both teams have an embarrassing loss. Both teams have struggled the last 2 weeks, even though they've won. Rivalry game. Alabama's a 3-point favorite on the road against Nico, I'm going to make a mistake, and the Tennessee Vols. What say you, Asher?
Nico, I'm going to overthrow you, has really played like garbage all year. He's not going 15-0. He's not winning the election. He's not winning the Heisman. He's not God. He is nothing. Give me Alabama by 3 touchdowns. This is going to be an embarrassment for the Cards.
Well, Tennessee fans, we'll see y'all next offseason if that happens, I guess. I don't know. What about you, Brad? What do you think about this one?
I was ready to say not so fast, my friend, but I'll agree with Asher. I like Alabama pretty big here.
Yeah, I don't know about big, but I do like Alabama -3, and I will likely bet that game as well at Alabama -3. I hope y'all are right, because then I don't have to sweat that. But yeah, so we all agree on that one. We all have Alabama, which means Tennessee is winning by 30. That's how that works. Let's see. I was going to do Notre Dame at Georgia Tech, but with Haynes King out at quarterback for Georgia Tech, they don't stand a chance. So we're just going to skip right. We're just going to skip right past that one. All right, Georgia on the road at Texas. Texas is a 5-point favorite. Brad, what do you think?
I feel like a true guest picker that I don't really have a whole lot to contribute other than my pick, but I've been saying all week I like Texas.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Most people do. Asher, what about you?
I've really been 50-50 on this one. Georgia really got out-coached against Alabama. That's really the only blemish on their record so far, and Texas has looked absolutely dominant. I'm sorry, Lou, Texas is going to win, but I think it's going to be very close. I think Texas is going to win by 3-4 points, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so you like Georgia +5 is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. That's amazing. You don't have to apologize for picking against Georgia. I picked against Georgia when they played Alabama, and I was right, much to the dismay of the Disney Dogs. Now, luckily for the Disney Dogs, I am not on that train this week. I do think Georgia gets the win. I like Texas in the first half for a betting perspective. I like Texas -3 in the first half. I also like the over, the point total here. And I do think Georgia gets the win. LSU on the road at Arkansas, 7 o'clock on ESPN. LSU a 2.5-point road favorite after a great game last week against Ole Miss, where LSU led the game for 0 seconds, but still won. Unbelievable. Arkansas has done absolutely nothing this year other than beat Tennessee, and for some reason, people think this game will be close. I don't. I like LSU big on the road against Arkansas. Asher, what do you say?
Arkansas has looked pretty pitiful all year, especially on offense. The Bacon Bits man is not going to put up many points. Give me LSU by a lot.
Brad?
On the road.
Yeah, I agree with what you said earlier. I think they're way overvaluing Arkansas's kind of fluky win over Tennessee and undervaluing LSU's win over Ole Ole Miss. I don't see that spread. I think it's LSU and LSU by 27 points.
Damn, 27 points. All right. Wee. All right. Brad, I appreciate you coming on. Any final words for us this morning? Any Auburn at Missouri. Missouri's only favored by 4. That's weird to me. Can Auburn pull that off today, Brad? You're an Auburn man.
Oh, he left.
He had to go. He's a very busy and important person, much like myself. So yeah, he's gone. But I was going to let him talk about Auburn. But well, what do you think about the Auburn game then?
Like you said earlier, you were going to let me pick your noon game. I take Missouri -4. Auburn is awful. Probably the worst offense in the entire SEC.
Okay.
I don't know why the
that.
line is -4. It should be by 10, 12, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. And I mentioned earlier when I was going through the schedule of games that I do like that game, but I didn't bet it because I was going to let you pick my noon game. But I like that you picked that one. Now all I got to do is find it and make sure the line is right on here.
Pay Lou.
For me, Pay Lou. Let's see. I'm looking for Auburn and Missouri. They probably buried this thing all the way down at the bottom of the list since nobody gives a fuck about this game. Where is it? Auburn and Missouri. Oh, here it is. Auburn and Missouri. Yeah, the line's down, actually down to 3.5. So yeah, okay. I don't care. I don't know what's going on there, but I guess I'm stupid. But here we go. I've got my bet in on Mizzou -3.5 against the Barn. All right, Asher, you have a YouTube channel. Is that true?
Yeah, it is Trasher Football, TRASHER, not Thrasher. It is Trasher Football. We got 4,000 subscribers on the channel. We play College Football 25. We discuss college football history. Sometimes we do game reaction live streams, kind of like what you do. But
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
watching with you.
Go ahead.
A lot of really good videos on the channel. I insist everybody in the chat go subscribe. I promise you'll really enjoy some of the videos that I have going on over there.
All right, I want to thank you for having a findable YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
I tried to post someone's channel the other week, and they have an unfindable channel. You have a findable channel, so thank you for that. And because of that, I posted the link. Because I was able to find it, I posted the link in the comment section. So y'all check out Trasher Football. Trasher, thanks for coming on today, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Lou.
All right, we'll talk to you next time.
Can't wait to hang out with you in the chat later today.
Of course, we're going to have a great day. Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on. All right, it's rigged wheel time. Good luck to everybody. Let's see. What do we want to do first? We'll go with, I guess we'll do the Cash App first. It really doesn't matter. Rigged wheel. There we go. All right. Here is, this is from last week. We can erase all those. Rigged wheel. Well, Cash App. Let me pull up the Cash App here. You literally have 1 or 2 minutes if you want to get on the rigged wheel. Once I'm done adding these names, that's it. All right, let's see. We've got Trap says, "Put me on the wheel." I got you, fam. I got you, fam. Trap. Bees in a trap. David A., got you on the wheel, sir. Thank you all for helping to support the show this morning. Good luck to both of you. Let's see. Anthony, what's up, buddy? Anthony's a Vol, man. I hope for your sake the Vols win, buddy. I do. And, of course, Jackpot. I don't even have to look. I just know every week Jackpot's on there. Have you ever won, Jack? I don't even know. Are you listening right now, Jack? Has Jackpot ever won the rigged wheel thing? Seems like he deserves a shot every now and again. What are we doing? All right. Let me check the PayPal. Let me see if you have... Zeus is another one. Don't even have to look. He's on the wheel every Saturday. Good luck, Zeus. Thank you, buddy. Hope you're having a good weekend. Colby, another one, gets on the wheel almost every week. This is the only gambling Colby does anymore. I used to be in a gambling group with Colby, but he's not in it anymore. happened to him? Jeremy H. Thank you, Jeremy. Jay Shipes. Jay Shipes is on Kentucky today. I think that's the right side, Jay. If you're wrong, then I'm wrong too. VicTube likes Mizzou with the points. So do I, VicTube. So do I. All right. Good luck to everybody. I wish you all could win. Once again, the streaming schedule for today, before we spin the wheel, the streaming schedule for today, I'll be back on here, YouTube at 3:30. We've got the Tennessee-Alabama game at 3:30 that we're going to hang out and watch. What else is on this afternoon? Notre Dame at Georgia Tech, Michigan at Illinois. Those are the big ones at 3:30. So come on back to the channel at 3:30. We'll hang out. We'll watch all the afternoon games. And then for the primetime games, we'll be moving the stream over to Patreon. They voted the primetime games this week. So the primetime games include LSU at Arkansas, Georgia at Texas, Kansas State at West Virginia, Central Florida at Iowa State, Kentucky at Florida. No wonder they voted the primetime. There's a lot of great games tonight in primetime. So we'll have a good time tonight on the Patreon stream for sure. If you're not signed up on Patreon and you want to check it out, the link is in the description of the video. We have a really good time over there. 3:30 on YouTube, 7:30 over on Patreon. All right. Dylan, I need a number 3 through 5. 3 through 5, Dylan, and then we're going to spin the wheel. Yeah, horns down in that. Of course it's horns down. Earth to Dylan. Earth to Dylan. Dylan says 5. All right, we're going to spin the wheel 5 times. Good luck to everybody. I appreciate y'all tuning in this morning. Shout out to everybody who helped support the show with the Super Chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal. Here we go. We're looking for the 5th name today. That was close. Jeremy's the first name, but we are looking for the 5th name today. Thank you, though, Jeremy, for helping to support the show. Anthony S. Thank you, Anthony. Spin number 3. Looking for the 5th name today. David A. Thank you, David. Spin number 4. Zeus. Thank you, Zeus. All right, here we go. Good luck to everybody. The winner this morning is David A. Shout out, David A. You are the winner. David, you will at least get your money back with a chance to double your money. He says, give me Missouri minus the points. Let's write that down. Rig the wheel. David A. Cash App. Mizzou minus the points. Which is it 4? Was it, where was it? Yeah. Mizzou minus 4. Or was it down to 3.5, actually? It was down to 3.5, wasn't it? Yeah, it was down to 3.5 because I just bet it. 3.5 is a better number for you than 4, obviously. All right, we got you down, David A. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for the kickoff show. Great day of college football coming up. Oh, we forgot to talk about food, damn it. Man, y'all were going to have a great chance to troll me, too. I made my meatless chili again. Which every time I do that, y'all love to troll the shit out of me about it. But I made my meatless chili yesterday. Per normal, it was unbelievable. And I'm eating it again today. I got a big-ass pot of chili in there, so I'm going to be eating chili today. And And I'm having my Tommy fries tonight, which is my #1 favorite game day food of all time. Of all time. I've got a long list of game day food that I love. Speaking of which, lady, if you're listening, we haven't done jalapeno poppers in at least a month. We need to fix that problem next weekend. So I'm doing my Tommy fries today too. So I'll be eating chili today, Tommy fries, probably a sandwich for lunch. Probably a ham sandwich for lunch is what I'll eat. But in chili this afternoon, Tommy fries tonight. I've got a vegetable tray with celery and carrots and ranch dressing and the whole deal with that. What are y'all eating? What are y'all eating? Wings, 30 chicken nuggets, gallon of lemonade, and a sandwich. A gallon of lemonade? God damn, you must hate your intestines or something. How can anybody drink a gallon of lemonade? You're going to be on the toilet for a week. Lou, what's your thoughts on LSU Arkansas spread? Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered. We've been over that at least 3 times that I'm aware of, but I like LSU. I like LSU in that one on the road. Bacon and mayonnaise sandwiches. Where's the lettuce and the tomato, dude? Go ahead and make you a BLT. Wings, Rotel dip, and meatballs. We do, Rotel dip is in our rotation of game day food too, and the wings. Don't know that we do meatballs all that often, but you can't go, the wings and Rotel dip are a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Subs and pizza. That's a great thing to do too if you're having a lot of people over. You can get the like the 6-foot sub from Subway or Publix or whatever, and have them cut it up into the little handheld, like basically 3-inch sandwiches or whatever. That's good to do with a lot of people. Pizza too, obviously. I'm making smoked ribs for my brother for his birthday that I can't eat. Why can't you eat smoked ribs? You got no teeth or what? Nick Koenig says, good morning, Lou. Good morning, Nick. Good to see you in here. Koozie says, Clemson minus 10.5 first half is the lock at the 12 o'clock games. I've been betting Clemson first half every week. I like that pick, too. In fact, I might add that. I like that one, too. And then, of course, the ice to beat a Blinto, which goes without saying. Droovy, thank you on that. Dino ribs? What, like dinosaur ribs? Never had that. Sounds filling, though. Homemade mac and cheese. I love homemade macaroni and cheese. God, I love homemade macaroni and cheese. We were about to make homemade macaroni and cheese, weren't we, lady? Right before the hurricane? And then we didn't do it because we had no power and had to move and all that shit. We need to put that back on the list, too. Yeah, we got to put that back on the list. Maybe for next weekend. What was something else we were adding the next? Yeah, I think next weekend we're doing jalapeno poppers and mac and cheese, if that's all right with you, lady. You're having Taco Bell and beer? Dang, you're down bad. Down bad. Down bad. What's up, Michael? I can't eat ribs because I had a heart attack and triple bypass surgery. Not doing that shit again. What, ribs give you heart attacks now? Or is it just, any red meat? What about pork ribs? Can't you eat baby back ribs then? They're better than beef ribs anyway. What are you doing? Get rid of them beef ribs and get you some pork ribs. Come on, man. Pork gives you high blood pressure. Not as high as red meat, my guy. No hype and hate video. The hype and hate video, those things it's ran its course. Homemade meatball subs. I do like subs, meatball subs. Not my favorite. Not going to lie. These are pork ribs. My doctor won't let me eat saturated fat. Well, who the fuck are you making them for? Orange chicken. Yeah, I don't like orange chicken either. I've been making some mean Italian subs with the gabagool. Can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that. Making some beer cheese, ham, and mushroom pretzel sliders. Can't wait. That sounds German. All of that to me sounds German. Barbecue brisket, yeah, you cannot go wrong with that. Yeah, Rotel dip. You ever put sausage in your Rotel dip instead of hamburger meat? Try that next time if you hadn't. If you like sausage, that's a good way to switch it up. Here in Alabama, me and my folks, we make seafood boil with lobster as well. Add some Cajun butter on certain game day. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a seafood boil. Breakfast sausage and Rotel is amazing. Yeah. You just get like the Jimmy Dean, a roll of Jimmy Dean sausage and fry it up just like you would the hamburger. Have you ever had garlic bread burgers? No. No. I love garlic bread, though. Can we get a 1998? Tennessee Pride, hot sauce. Yeah, Tennessee Pride or Jimmy Dean, either one. My family slow cooks beef roast and Sweet Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray's is my favorite brand of barbecue sauce. I like Sweet Baby Ray's. You're having a Lunchable. Dang. The bookie must have beat the fuck out of you this week, Mike. God damn, man. You eating a fucking Lunchable? Boy. Dang. Waffle House, IHOP, or Denny's? Oh, shit, Waffle House, dude. You won't catch me dead or alive in either of those other two places. No one's down worse than FSU. No one's down worse than FSU. There are a lot of teams that were ranked in the preseason and aren't now, but no one's as down bad as FSU. I mean, Oklahoma State was ranked in the preseason. Kansas was ranked in the preseason. Who else? Who else was ranked in the preseason and done fell off? Michigan. Waffle House is trash. Holy shit, you're retarded. God damn. Boy. All right, I got to go. Y'all are starting to do the trolling thing again. All right. I'll be posting reaction videos, halftime report videos all throughout the day for the noon games, the 3:30 games, and the primetime games like I do every Saturday, all the halftime report and reaction videos. I'll be back on YouTube at 3:30 for the YouTube stream for the afternoon games, including Tennessee and Bama. And then Patreon tonight at 7:30 for the primetime stream. Make sure you get signed up on the Patreon if you're not already. The link is in the description of the video. Check out PB_betting on Twitter. Shout out to them for helping to support the show today. Gambling podcast, YouTube channel. Check it out. PB_betting over on Twitter. And, of course, big shout out to Prize Picks. Make sure you get signed up on Prize Picks. If you're in a state where you can't do DraftKings and FanDuel and stuff like that, like I'm in Georgia, I can't do those sites here. But I can do Prize Picks. It's really easy to use. You just pick more or less on player stats. It adds some excitement to the games that you're watching and gives you a chance to maybe make some money while you watch college football. Check out prizepicks.com. Make sure you use the promo code Uncle Lou. That's one word, uppercase letters, without any spaces, Uncle Lou. And when you make your first $5 play over on Prize Picks, whether you win or lose, they're going to give you $50. Free money. Prizepicks.com, promo code Uncle Lou. All right, everybody. Reaction videos coming up, and I'll be back live at 3:30. Enjoy your Saturday of college football. I hope everybody's team wins today. Unless you're a Texas fan, in which case you're about to take the giant L.
5-star dummy.